Now, a royal source has suggested that Kensington Palace went public with Princess Kate's cancer battle before even breaking the news to the rest of the family, so as to avoid a media leak.
An insider claims the palace was contacted about Kate's diagnosis, which prompted them to get ahead of the story and record a heartfelt video message in which Kate confirmed she was undergoing preventative chemotherapy. Kensington Palace are yet to comment on the reports.
Joining us now is Michael Cole, our best friend and former BBC royal correspondent. Welcome to the show. Yet again, Michael, always a pleasure to have you on board. This is kind of disconcerting. You and I agreed over the weeks that perhaps the palace owed us a little bit more information than they were giving us about both the King's condition and Kate's condition. Subsequent facts, I think, revealed that Kate was holding on to that information while her kids were still at school. She wanted them to be on holiday when she broke the news. But this is what worries me. We also learnt that two members of the staff may have tried to compromise her private medical details at the London clinic where she was being treated, where she had surgery, and that the palace feared that this information may be leaked to the press. It wouldn't have got anywhere in Britain, but it might have done okay in America. Maybe one of the tabloids over there would have run it. And in view of this, Kate and the palace felt forced to make her revelation. And that makes me feel uncomfortable. I feel sorry for her in that circumstance.
Good afternoon, Kevin. Good afternoon, Alex. You may remember, Kevin, that very soon after the Princess's broadcast, we were on air together, and I said that the broadcast may have been prompted by the allegation that there had been leaks from the London clinic. And I think it's worth examining the timeline here. The first reports in the paper, first of all, that one person at London clinic and then three people at London clinic had allegedly tried to access illicitly her personal information. That appeared on Wednesday the 20th. Now, if it appeared on Wednesday the 20th, you can bet your life that she knew about it beforehand. And on that very day, Wednesday the 20th, at an undisclosed location, but clearly within the grounds of Windsor Castle, before a BBC camera crew, she delivered her message, and she wrote it herself and she delivered it perfectly. The tone was right, the words were right. And then on the Thursday, the broadcast would have been reviewed, been seen by the King, been okayed. And then on the Friday, which was the day it was broadcast, we knew, you knew, I knew, a couple of hours beforehand that it was coming. We didn't know quite what it was, and it was a surprise that it was cancer. So I think it is in all likelihood true because, as you said quite rightly, the princess had let it be known through the usual sources that she wanted to keep this matter private as long as possible. Now, that obviously didn't happen, and then we heard alternative explanations. There we see them in much, much, much happier times. The further explanation that she delayed, postponed making the announcement until her children were out of school so they wouldn't be quizzed in the playground by their fellows about what was wrong with their mum. So I think in all likelihood, it was that which prompted the broadcast. But what we don't know is whether the leak was the one that is alleged, or the two or the three that was alleged from London Clinic, or whether it came from within their own court, within their own private circle. That the story that has appeared doesn't make that clear.
Do you think now that people in the media, influencers, celebrities, Joe Public, who all sort of went down the wormhole of conspiracy theories and frankly were sort of circling the Kate story like vultures around carrion, are sort of abashed enough and shamefaced enough that it sort of taught us a lesson, really, and we'll just leave her alone from now on?
Well, we didn't do it, Alex, and what you say is absolutely right. And those people should hang their heads in shame for what they did and what they said. And to be fair, one or two of them have come forward and said, I was wrong, because it was quite interesting. I never look at social media ever because I would fear that maybe I would pick up something that I would then inadvertently broadcast or write. So I never look at it. So, but I do believe that nobody had ever put forward the theory about the cancer. That just shows how wrong these people are. So if this episode has made these trolls go back in their holes, well, that's one good result from it. Not much good news, because this poor woman is facing cancer. And that is daunting to any woman or any person at any time, particularly when she's bringing up 3 young children. And she has, on top of the worry of saying, how do I tell my children? How do I cope with this? I'm a busy mother. She had to face the prospect of telling the world. And she did so extremely well. And I think we can commend her for that. Under duress, that's what courage is, isn't it? It's performing with class under pressure. And there we saw it. On that Friday afternoon.
Yeah, I suspect, I mean, I remember thinking, this is a very strange time to break this news, 6 p.m. on a Friday. I think now we're beginning to get an explanation as to why that announcement was hurried out. But she did it to perfection with dignity. And, of course,
really did.
Our best wishes go with both the Princess of Wales and the King as they battle cancer. Michael, a pleasure to talk to you, as always.